There is a new DoorDash update in some markets for the Dasher Rewards program. This change, in my opinion, is drastic based on them overhauling the whole program, but still the same rewards. But with every pilot program and test, it will either roll out to more markets, so be prepared, or they will squash it because it's a bust. By the way, I can't remember an actual test that they've actually stopped. Can you? This is not in my market yet. It was sent to me from a dasher in southern Indiana. If you received this email the other day, let me know in the comments. I started the DoorDash app back in 2018, now over 6 years ago, and have over 15,000 deliveries. Changes come and go, but I've learned over the years if DoorDash is presenting it to be this great thing for dashers, there usually is a hidden agenda, or what appears to be so awesome really isn't, and still screws the driver at some point. What year did you start DoorDash? Let me know. In today's video, we are going to go over the new details of this new rewards program, the pros and cons of it. We will break down my own metrics and how it translates to these different tiers, and why there could be a catch and not really appear to be this wonderful update. And stick around because I'm going to give you my true opinion on this new rewards. Okay, let's get right into this new rewards program. Now, I have read this email in detail. I went through all the links, I dissected it, all the information, so every driver can hopefully learn about this new program. In this market, it starts on the 18th of December, so it's coming quite quickly. And according to DoorDash, it is a new pilot qualification method designed to give you more flexibility to qualify for rewards on your own terms. Okay, sounds intriguing. Let's keep digging into this further. They will be introducing an overall Dasher rating, which will be the new way for Dashers in your area to qualify for the rewards program. Okay. The overall Dasher rating combines points earned from your acceptance rate, your completion rate, customer rating, and the new on-time rate. With this change, you'll only need a certain number of points to qualify for silver, gold, and platinum instead of meeting separate minimum thresholds for each one of those ratings. Okay, bottom line, it's a point system the way it sounds. Does this mean I don't have to maintain a high acceptance rate anymore to receive platinum? Because if it was wanting to be more flexible, that would be a great way for me to be flexible. I don't know. What do you think? But there has to be a catch somewhere, right? That was just way too easy. Okay, let's carry on. According to DoorDash, your overall rating is calculated on a scale of 0 to 100 and represents the sum of points you earned from each one of your ratings. Any changes to your ratings will immediately reflect on your overall Dasher rating. Each rating category contributes to a different number of points to give you your total score. So your completion rate will be worth 35 points. Your on-time rate will be 30 points. Your acceptance rate will be worth 25 points, and your customer rating will be worth 10 points. The only requirement for qualifying for the rewards program now is you have to have 50 or more lifetime deliveries. No more 100 deliveries in the past 30 days for platinum. Right now, I'm going to put up the complete breakdown of the points per category. It is way too much to cover in just one video, so that way you can pause this video when you're done watching it. You can screenshot it, and if it comes to your market or you're starting on December 18th, you will have it right in front of you. Do you think this is a win for drivers? Let me know in the comments. Okay, what are the pros and cons of this new rewards program? Well, let's start with the pros. It's definitely more flexible and achievable for more drivers. There are many drivers who qualify for platinum based off of their metrics, but don't qualify for platinum right now based off of 100 deliveries in the past 30 days. So if you're part-time Honestly, this is pretty awesome. You don't per se have to maintain a 70 or 80% AR to also qualify just based off of the other points in the other categories, which we'll go into in a little bit. Okay, so the cons. Honestly, I think it's hard to comprehend. It's too complex, at least I think, for a lot of drivers to really know the point system. And many drivers won't know that if I dropped percentage in this, I will get these points, or if I raise this, I'll get these points. To me, it's very confusing and something you won't know off the top of your head. Drivers, in my opinion, won't remember the points, and if you don't monitor your points versus your metrics, you can easily get out of platinum quickly. It would only take one bogus 1-star rating from a customer who didn't like a substitution or didn't like the way that you put it on their porch for you to go down in tears. In theory, I get it, but it's too complicated to understand it unless you have time to literally sit and digest all of the rewards points. What do you think of this point system? Do you think it's awesome, or do you think it's a little too complicated? Let me know. I just gave you the full breakdown, but if you're like me, you need real life dashers or even real examples to really digest and figure this out. I'm going to give you my ratings as of the recording of this video. So here they are. So my acceptance rate is 76%. It would get me 20 points. My completion rate is 99%. It would get me 33 points. My on time is 93%. It would get me 29 points. And then my customer service rating is 4.93, which would actually give me 9 points. So my total would be 91 points. So I would still be platinum. I would suggest, if you have this coming to your market, really look at your own ratings and figure out the point system so you know where you stand. Now, let's say I wanted to fall under the old threshold of the 70% acceptance rate. Let's say 51%, just for the heck of it. I would be at 74 points total at that point. I'm now gold. If I kept everything the same, I could still, if I did my calculations correct, fall to 60% acceptance rate and still stay platinum. But if I fall in any other category, I would lose platinum, which we all know it takes forever for customer service rating to go away. If I get a 1-star, on an average, it could take me up to 3 months for it to go away. And this is with me doing it full time. Now, my on time has never changed from 93% since I started years ago. Has yours ever moved? Let me know. Completion rate, once you fall below 96%, you lose 12 points automatically. That's a big difference. If you drop below 96%, you still have to maintain a high acceptance rate because you're going to be losing points there. Once one goes down, you can't go under in other categories. This is a completely moving puzzle that just really never stops because your metrics never stop. What's the catch? There's always a catch. In order to be platinum, you can't go below really a 50% acceptance rate. And that's if you are perfect in every other category. And that's a big if. It's only flexible to a point. We would all love to go down to a 9% acceptance rate because that's probably the true amount of orders that are worth it and still be platinum. But that's still not the reality DoorDash wants drivers to do, right? They want drivers to take every order. It still ensures drivers have to maintain a high acceptance rate. To me, DoorDash wants drivers to think that they are listening and changed it based off of our feedback. But in reality, what has really changed? You still have to maintain a high acceptance rate, a high completion rate, and a high customer service rating. Just now, you really don't know where you stand unless you really just sit and memorize this new point system. Going back to a little complicated, right? Here's what I really think. It's practically the same program disguised as a new rewards program to make Dashers think DoorDash did something wonderful for drivers. But it really did drastically change just based off of points alone. I think the point system was designed to be more confusing so more drivers can't keep track of whether they're platinum or gold, losing the Dash Now feature. I actually think this is more confusing and not easy at all. I think it's another mind game that DoorDash wants drivers to think it's achievable, but never having them truly understand where they stand because your metrics are always moving. I would rather know if I achieve a certain metric, I know where I stand in the levels or the tiers. I guess I'm just kind of straightforward kind of girl. I think the only thing that it really is good for, it's now achievable for all drivers part-time or full-time to get to the platinum status. So what do you think about this new rewards program? Is it an improvement or the same old program disguised as new rewards? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of DoorDash doing something for their drivers, they should be absolutely embarrassed that this is what they have done for drivers over this past year. So go check this one out next.